right, I'm going to disappear in a minute, and I want to walk you through. I've got PowerPoint up, so in case you don't, I use Canva a lot, and some of you may use it. All of these things still apply. So I'm going to show you a basic tip or hack to utilizing contrast so that as you're designing a PowerPoint that has maybe three bullet points, 3 things in it, you can use this. So I'm going to disappear, and I'm going to walk you through how to do this. All right, so we're engaging our audience. That's our topic, ironically. We're talking about how to do that effectively. So I'm going to take this. This is a template provided. So I'm going to delete that. And I only want to have about 3. I want to make sure at the top that I'm in home. This is where the majority of my design features are. 18-point font's too small, so I'm just going to edit it and make it about 24. And then I want to talk about maybe 3 different sushi restaurants. So I'm going to start with sushi restaurant Kura, and then I want to talk about the sushi restaurant Ohio, and then finally I'll talk about my favorite one, sushi restaurant Mishiru. Okay, so these are local restaurants. I'm actually going to make these, highlight them, and I'm going to go into this little button right here, if you can see. That's a spacing button, so I want to space that out. So I'm building I want you to see that I'm building one PowerPoint slide. Obviously I would change the picture out to make it be sushi, but I'm going to do best sushi restaurants. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I've built a slide that has 3 points on it. But I'm going to take this. I want you to see where my arrow is over here. I'm going to highlight that. Now I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard, and then I'm going to hit select that. And then I'm going to hit Control-C. I'm going to hit Control-V, Control-V. So you'll notice in this one, for some reason, it didn't change the background. So if that ever happens, you can go into Design, Format Background. I'm going to pick a gray color to use behind it. I'm going to do the same with the next one because that's probably a little too dark. Thanks for following along. All right, okay. So I've got 3 sushi restaurants that I want to talk about, but I don't want to tell my audience yet which 3 I'm talking about. So I'm going to go back to the first one. I'm going to delete the first 2. Then I'm going to go to the second one. I'm going to delete the last one. And then I'm going to leave for the last one. So now I want you to see when I go to present it, I've got this slideshow. I'm going to go from the current slide. You're going to see this. All right, so I want to talk about 3 really great sushi restaurants. First, I want to talk about Kura. And then you're going to transition. Now I'm going to talk about Ohio. And finally, I'm going to talk about Mishiru. So I'm using it to use sort of a contrast in transition. Another option that I could do is I could go back, same thing, and I could copy this slide, paste it twice, and now again I've got to go back and change I'll make the background a little bit darker this time on all of them. But here's what I want to do. So I kind of want you to know they're there, but I don't want you to see them. So I'm going to highlight them in a little bit darker color. So I'm going to go up to my home page. This is where I find my font color. And I'm actually going to kind of make these blend in a little with the background. So when you see it, so now I want to do this where I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm actually going to only leave the middle one dark, so that's where your eye focus is. Now, do the same thing, but on this slide, I want to talk about the third one. So let's go back and look and see how it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to present, and it's clear what I want you to focus on. You could have even used a white font for the one you want to focus on. So let's start with the sushi restaurant Kura. Now, let's move on and talk about the sushi restaurant Ohio. Finally, I want to talk about the sushi restaurant Mishiru. I'm telling my audience, here's what I want to talk about when I'm presenting. So I'm back. I hope that was helpful. I want you for your assignment to practice making one good slide, but then you'll copy and paste it and you'll use the principle of contrast. You will take your PowerPoint skills from good to great. So I hope this was helpful. Good luck putting your own PowerPoint together.